guys, welcome back to Beer Geek Nation. I'm your host Chris Stelz. Thank you once again for joining me. It's always nice to have you here at the Beer Geek Nation lair. As my wife likes to call it, the dorkatory. So here we go. I am psyched for this beer. I can't wait to try it. I've never had it, and it's been one of those beers I've always wanted to get my hands on. Every year it comes out, and I just I always missed it. And it is another Founders beer, one of my favorite breweries. This is Devil Dancer. Now kids, close your eyes if you're under 18. There's a naked lady on it. But anyway, how can you go wrong? It's got to be a good beer. 12% alcohol, 112 IBUs. It's considered a triple IPA. Yeah, wow. It's very, very muted. It's subtle, but at the same time, it smells really concentrated. There's a lot of pine in there. There's a lot of really kind of sweet floral notes. It reminds me of a kind of a turned down Double Trouble from the Founders, where you have that. There's a lot of sweet malt notes in there, and I'm getting a lot of alcohol too. I can smell the alcohol in this one. So yeah, it's got those bready notes. It has definitely some pininess to it, a little bit of biscuitiness in there, but not nearly as kind of floral or vibrant as I was expecting it to be. So a little bit surprised there. Now the appearance on the Devil Dancer here, it's a beautiful, like a really dark orange color, tons of hop haze. The head is a really kind of off-white, eggshell, khaki color looking head. Again, that's reflecting the color of the beer, so I really like to see that in an IPA. Really good looking IPA. Very double IPA kind of traditional look to it. Okay, now the taste of Devil Dancer. Let's dive into Devil Dancer here. Woo! That is a monster beer. I tell you right off the bat, this is not an easy drinking beer. Huge amounts of bitterness right up the front, and the second taste flavor you get in your mouth is the alcohol. It burns, all the way down. I feel it down in here now. Wow. Yeah, I don't even know where to go with this one. Tons of sweet floral notes in there. Definitely just a huge malt bomb. It reminds me actually a lot of almost a barley wine, like a Sierra Nevada Bigfoot, except imagine that, denser and kind of more resinous and just with hop flavor and kind of sweeter and just, not so West Coast. This is a very, very intricate, complex beer. Definitely not a simple beer. It's a beer that obviously not a lot of finesse was involved in. It was, it's not what I was expecting. I was expecting more hop presence. I was expecting kind of sweeter floral notes, and I'm getting, pininess and some bitterness, but it fades real quick to a lot of alcohol burn and a lot of really sweet breadiness from like a caramel roasted, almost like a burnt caramel kind of flavor to it. Not in a bad way, very, good way, but it's an interesting beer. It's vaguely, not even vaguely, it's very reminiscent of a kind of American style barley wine. Okay, so the verdict on the Founder Devil Dancer. It is available now. They made a very limited amount of it, so if you do want to get it and you get Founders beer, you should be able to find it. It is a little bit on the pricey side. I've seen this anywhere from $6.50 up to $7 a bottle. So you are going to pay a premium for it, but it is a very, very expensive beer to make with all that hop and huge malt load. The verdict on this beer, I'm going to give it an A. There's a gigantic malt load, huge amounts of hop bitterness, and just an alcohol that just burns, like no beer at a beer that I've ever had at 12%, which could detract points from it, but at the same time, it kind of enhances things and kind of makes you sip the beer and kind of appreciate it a little bit more. But I am going to give it an A minus. It's an interesting beer. It's a difficult beer. It's by no means like if you're just getting into craft beer, I definitely wouldn't try this one. But with that said, yeah, so that's Devil Dancer. So until next time, guys, remember, life's too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.